Fabricio Werdum.
Yep.
He was supposed to fight Cain Velasquez. That was the title fight. You fought Josh Barnett. A lot of people thought that was the #1 contender fight. Now they've got, the UFC has you two put together in this epic scrap for a main event. As a fan looking at that, what do you think about that fight?
Well, I think it's great. I mean, it's something that, you know, a lot of people want to say that, you know, oh, the UFC only does this or that to make money, and it doesn't care about their rankings or, you know, who's deserving it and who's not and stuff. You know, this is a perfect example of it makes sense. You know, Werdum was supposed to fight for the title. I was possibly supposed to fight for the title after that. Well, the champ's hurt now. So instead of both of us sitting around twiddling our thumbs, we're gonna go scrap it out and make a real #1 contender. You know, and then after that, we get to fight Cain.
It's safe to say you've been making a fair amount of statements in your most recent fights, finishing off a lot of the fighters. Do you feel you need a statement versus Fabricio Werdum, or just the W to get you in front of the champion?
I don't. One of the perks of my style is that it's a statement maker. You know, I don't go out there to go to a decision. I don't go out there to have the guy quit. I go out there to make the ref do his job and pull me off of the guy. You know, I'm always. I don't want to say I'm always looking for the statement, but that's my style. I'm out there to knock you out. I'm not trying to hug you. I'm not trying to, you know, hold you on the ground. I'm there to hurt you. I'm there to make you understand that that night there was nothing that you could do. There was no other option than to have the ref do his job and pull me off of you.
Then I hear or read, oh, when Fabricio takes Travis down to the ground, he's going to triangle him like he did to Fedor. He's going to tap him out. Travis has no shot on the ground.
Yeah.
You see that. What goes through your mind?
I welcome it. You know, first, here's the thing. I'm not going to go jump in your guard. You know what I mean? Just like you wouldn't walk into a right hand of mine. So the fight is trying to get me down. Look at my record in the UFC. Not a single person has ever gotten me down. That's his fight. And then what's he going to do with me on the ground when I'm getting back up? He's not going to have time to triangle me. He's not going to have time to armbar me. I'm not going to sit there in his guard. I'm going to be beating the crap out of him. I'm going to be getting out. I'm going to be making my moves, you know what I mean? And getting the fight back to where I feel the strongest. And don't be mistaken. You know, the fights against Gonzaga, the fights against Barnett, the reason I went out there and did what I did was because I'm fully confident in my ground game. You know, there's no reason for me to ever be scared of anybody being on top of me, for me to be in anybody's guard or half guard. I have some of the best training partners, some of the best coaches. There's no way that I'm gonna be scared anywhere the fight goes. Yeah, that's his strength, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. People wanna say that my strength's striking, but you don't know. There's still an unknown, and people are scared of the unknown.
How do you focus on Fabricio when that win gets you that title shot, what you've always wanted for in your career? It's so close, but it's still so far.
And I hate to be kind of like a drag on some of the media and on you and stuff, but you know, the UFC, this MMA game, this is a chapter of my life. So people want to say, how do you deal with the pressure? My pressure is making sure that my family is successful. To me, there's no bigger pressure than that. Going into a cage, scrapping with another dude, that to me is just what's here and what's now. For me, I have a big picture in mind. When I'm on my deathbed, I'm not going to be sitting, you know, wondering, oh, I should have done this in this fight, or should have done that in that fight, or I wish I would have won this fight or that fight. I'm going to be sitting there, you know, happy that my family is where they're at, that my kids are successful and happy and healthy, and that they have families of their own. So coming in here worrying about this win, then I get a title shot, and then, you know, to me, if you let that get under your skin, the pressure is never ending. Because then it's, you know, then you hold the title. And then it's like, hey, did you hear about this guy? He is a killer. He's gonna come in and he's gonna take your belt from you. And then if I always worry about that, you know what I mean? Then I'm There's too much pressure to deal with. My pressure is my entire life, not just MMA, the UFC. You know, this is a vehicle for me to provide for my family, for me to change my family's stars, to open doors for my family. And that's what I'm here for.